Peace.
And welcome back to the Smoke and Mirrors podcast, your destination for the latest in streaming and movie news and reviews. We're your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. Today, we cover the final trailer for the Super Mario Brothers. Who Jenna Ortega is choosing to work with again? What movies Will Smith is starring in? Why Jessica Chastain is seeing monsters? HBO's next big movie, Jon Favreau's opinion on the original Star Wars trilogy, and why you gotta watch Top Gun Maverick if you haven't already, and the fate of the shrinking series. Now let's start the show. How we living there, fellas?
Yeah, good.
This is good, man.
I was a little bit fatigued from the drinks there yesterday, but I was just good.
This is fighting a bit of a cold, but also very, very good on the level. You know what I mean? Been celebrating all weekend.
Hmm.
It's like being like a half like kids, half adults sort of celebration. So
Hmm.
I was like, feeling
That's-
booked and busy in the party scene.
In the potty scene.
How you going?
I'm alright, man. I was just woke up from a nap there, but you know,
Siesta.
it was siesta actually. It was quite good. But yeah, all right. So let's jump into these trailers. So our final trailer for Super Mario Brothers. Nothing is new, really. We've seen most of this stuff before.
Mm.
There was more Luigi in this trailer, which was cool.
Hmm.
And we get to see him locked up with all of these other guys
Hmm.
in what looks like Bowser's dungeon.
Yeah.
It's
Mm,
kind of scary.
yeah.
We do get to see like a little bit of Rainbow Road Mario, racing on there, which is fire. It's weird
Yeah.
that they'd be on Rainbow Road and not Bowser's Castle because I love that level.
Unless it's on the way. Because it seems like I don't know if they've rescued Luigi already, but it feels like the chase back is like Fury Road.
Hmm.
That's the vibes that I'm kind of getting is like these Fury Road kind of hits. This trailer was just like hype.
Yeah.
Like even that music, like the dun dun dun, but they put the score to it. They put the fucking drums in there.
Yeah, they what's his face did. Nolan did. Dun, dun, dun,
But I'm in, man. This
So,
has got me hyped.
this looks great. It does look great. Like I was just like, I don't know what the internet's talking about. Like as if you'd want a stereotypical Italian plumber. Let's go. Like that's racist now, man. You can't be doing that now.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is low key racist.
It's a little
Yeah.
wild.
100%. You call it Pedro Pascal's personification of Mario was the best for me.
Yeah. Shit looks
Alright,
good.
what's that?
I said shit looks good.
The last trailer that we got was Yellow Jackets. Finally, a full trailer for Yellow Jackets season 2. Man, this looks good.
Does.
Man. So Marty's back. Spoilers, but yeah, Marty's back. Shit's going left. Looks like they capture what's her face, Juliette Lewis's character.
Did that shit at the end of the first season.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's yeah.
I thought Oz didn't watch that last season, the last episode. I thought Oz missed it.
No.
Okay.
Well, what's his face? That's why I was like spoilers.
Yeah.
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 But it's weird because it looks like she gets out somehow. The girls probably get her out.
Yeah.
It looks like she's explaining to them that Marty is back. There is a whole lot of stuff. It's weird because I always thought that she said that she came home. Linsky's character came home and then had her baby.
Well, they were out in that wilderness for like 18 months.
18 months exactly.
Yeah.
So, how
gonna
old her daughter isn't. She's not that much older than her daughter, yeah.
her daughter would need to be 6 months by the time that they were rescued.
Yeah,
Yeah. And she's like 16?
16, 17. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I didn't expect in this trailer was how friendly Lottie is. I thought she was going to be like the overarching villain, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like she's created like this what's his face? Like this getaway kind of experience
I think
where
she
people kind of
understands who those people are that are coming
yeah.
after them. And I always thought that she would be the people coming after them. I don't think she is.
I don't think so either, but there is a force
Yeah.
because like it's almost like it's attached itself to them. And like
It's been
she's
watching
trying to yeah.
yeah, it's been
It's almost
watching
like
them from the
she's
start.
yeah.
Since
And
that
that's what
crash,
brought
she's
the
been there.
plane down.
Yeah. Something there.
Mm. Looks good though. I'm excited, man. This is around the corner. This is next week.
Mm.
You know what I
Mm.
mean? I was just hyped.
Yes. But yeah, Yellow Jacket season 2. Go check them hits out.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched the first season, it's on Paramount Plus. There, it is excellent.
Worth a watch.
Mm-hmm. The only thing about Paramount Plus is that you can't skip the recap. It's the only thing. I'd like to be able to skip the recap.
The
jump
basic
straight
that
into the
should just
episode.
be yeah.
All right, so jumping into our casting. So Jenna Ortega is rumored to be playing so Lydia Dietz's daughter, who is Winona Ryder's character, in Beetlejuice 2. So it looks like she enjoyed her time sort of, playing with the star,
Burton.
working with Tim Burton.
Mm.
Playing with Tim Burton. That was like just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that as well. I like that. I like that casting.
yeah.
Yeah.
But does
for
that
sure.
mean that what's her face is back? Winona's back then and she's dead?
That'd be cool. If they flip it like that and then that's her entryway into getting Beetlejuice.
Hmm.
Like even if her mom's like on a deathbed or like I don't know if they're gonna do like an Insidious style coma or something like that. You know what I mean? Close to
Mm.
death.
Yeah. No, but it'd have to be like it's weird to think, but Alec Baldwin and what's his face's characters, Gina Davis's characters, it'd have to be the same, yeah.
Yeah.
And she would have to. There's no way that her mom's gonna tell her about Beetlejuice because I mean, you tell a child that they're gonna be saying that all the time
Mm.
Yeah.
and just free him, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe it's that the set that Baldwin makes. Maybe she's still got that locked away, like she couldn't get rid of it. And then Jenna Ortega runs into that, and she's like, "What's all this about?" And then Ryder's obviously just telling her, like, "Don't worry about it. Go play fucking games or something like that."
Mm.
And then, like, she gets stuck into that world, or maybe something happens to her, like a young
Yeah.
girl, and she becomes the spirit.
I'm hoping that it's a star vehicle for Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder, like a team up movie
Mm.
that they both kind of work with each other. Because no doubt, there's probably also some like mother daughter issues that they're gonna work through during the film as well, which is like the flavor. But I don't mind that if they actually make the emotional stakes worth it. Because if
Yeah.
it's bullshit and it's just like that surface style crap, keep it.
You know what would be cool if he was like, if her father was like a deadbeat dad,
Mm.
and then if what's his face, he, something happens to him, and then he's like she can see him in the house.
Yeah.
Like the ghosts, like the Gene Davis and whatnot, because then you can unpack all that and
Yeah, and he's not the deadbeat dad.
not the deadbeat dad.
Yeah, that'd be
Lie,
fire.
fucking lie.
Jesus, you could, if that's the story, you can see why Winona Ryder's not attached yet.
yeah.
That'd be so wild. Winona Ryder just fucking taking these fucking haymakers. Wow. Oh man, I'm waiting for a trailer or a synopsis or something to sort of set the scene because I like the casting.
But this
Yeah.
was set up at HBO Max like ages ago, I thought.
But it was Hawaiian. It was Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't. It was for the longest time too. Like for 10 years, there was a placeholder for Tim Burton to direct Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
I like that though. Like I do like that because then we can get all of the like we'd be able to see the Hawaiian sort of underworld. And then if they
Yeah.
moved, we get to see like, I don't know, the Irish underworld or something like that.
That's
Because it's
actually really
different.
cool.
We all see different things. Yeah.
Just see BJ Penn choking Beetlejuice.
That'd be it. We glimpsed that sort of with the shrunken heads and whatnot. That's all PNG and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
New Guinea for you uninitiated. Yeah, so we glimpsed that a little bit, but it's there. It's there already. They just need to flesh it out.
Hopefully,
Nice.
Beetlejuice is still the most hated O in the underworld.
Like he just needs to be that dick that's just like, no.
Yeah.
We don't fucks with him. Like he's just there and yeah. Never saying the names. Dropping the memes.
All right. So moving on to On the Radar. So after the massive debut of Creed 3, it has opened up so many possibilities within the Creed world massively. So Amazon, who owns MGM, is looking at justifying that $8.5 billion purchase, which I think is overpriced. But anyways, so they're looking at developing an anime with a companion live-action TV series, possibly surrounding Adonis's daughter Amara. Now, this is wild. So, what they've also got in the fire, and we know this because like we reported on it a while back, is the Drago movie, which I really didn't actually want until I seen Creed 3. And that dynamic between them, I like that.
Mm.
Because Drago wasn't like, let's be friends. He was like, I'll still fuck you up.
I still got smoke for you.
Which is pretty cool.
Daddy threw in the towel, goddamn.
It's always that your daddy died in the rain.
Yeah. Shut up, little dude.
Easy, Avon. Easy. So what's popped back up on the radar? I thought it dropped off the radar, but it's back up there. Is Will Smith has signed up for Bad Boys 4. So after his NAACP award for Best Feature Film for Emancipation, it seemed to have propped him up just a little bit. So we know that he signed up for Bad Boys 4 after the announcement video. But what's come back up is Fast and Loose. So remember, David Leitch was attached, and then the slap happened. And then shit just kind of died, and Leitch kind of left. But it looks like the project is still alive and well. So sans Leitch, but we could get another director in there. I don't know if it will get the same sort of treatment as it would with a Leitch attached. But we'll see, because Will Smith is still getting paid $25 million a pop for these movies.
Yep.
Let's hope he draws the crowd to justify it. Oh man, Stahelski, he's got enough on his plate.
If this is good and ready to go, Stahelski will jump on this.
Yeah.
And if they've been working with David Leitch already, what's his face is involved already as well. 8711.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I haven't seen Stahelski move on another project except for John Wick, though.
No,
that's the only thing.
Yeah.
It's always been in some sort of producer capacity or whatnot. If I see him move more in the future, maybe
with him talking about it, like what we said last week, maybe him doing all these other films is helping him to do that as well.
You know what? That would expand his experience with working with a major star. Like Keanu Reeves is major, don't get me wrong, but Will Smith is on another level.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
Yeah.
I'd,
Because
I'd,
as soon as you throw Will Smith in there, you also get the budget. It's not like he's going, yeah, I'll give you $40 million to do this picture. Nah, it's a $200 million movie.
yeah, I'd love to see Will going through that training, that 3-month training or whatever, how long it is. Because even seeing
Be the
Oscar
best
Isaac
shape
going
that
through
has
that,
been in.
yeah, that's true. Be so good.
Mm. And lastly, there, Misha Green, who was attached to Lovecraft Country and also the Tomb Raider sequel,
Mm.
is going to write and direct an adaptation of the 22-minute short film called I Am Not Alone. Sorry, short story. It's a short story by Chris Hicks, with plans in place for this to be a star for Jessica Chastain.
Hmm.
So the story centers around the mother of a young daughter whose life unravels when she suffers unbearable migraines that cause her to hallucinate creatures. This is fucking scary. She
Yeah.
is soon forced to defend her family against a threat only she can see. That's wild. Because that can play like the crazy card, or it can be like, oh wait, telling the truth. And
Yeah.
depending on the perspective of the movie, that can be a wild fucking movie.
Yeah. This could be Shutter Island on another fucking level.
Mm.
We always see these movies from the other person's POV,
Yeah.
Yeah,
never from the person that's going through it.
yeah.
This
Unless
would
it's
be
like a
great.
Take Shelter or something like that.
Yeah,
True.
but that wasn't really crazy.
Wasn't he? I haven't watched the movie.
No,
He was justified in the end there?
at the end, I'm pretty sure that that tornado comes through and decimates.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
I'll throw it on. Give a little watch there. Michael
No.
Shannon love.
So
Shan love. But yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to those, man. Even the Will Smith stuff.
yeah.
Talk to me about a fucking Bad Boys or a fucking action movie there with old Willie, Big Willie.
Hey,
just
yeah.
hope that it's that Bad Boy's a little toned down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Comedy wise,
Yeah.
or the action style.
The action style, because they tried to go Bay. I think they need to develop their own little style there.
They
Tried
do.
to go Bay, and it just doesn't work for them because, like, Michael Bay is the only person who can do that and make it work.
Yeah.
He knows how to
Yeah,
cut it and block it and all that stuff properly. What's
yeah,
his face? They don't.
yeah. I also don't like it when they go high tech and they pull shit like the sidecar with the minigun on it. To
Mm.
me, that's not Bad Boys. They
No.
just need to
Mm.
have their handgun. That's it. You don't be jumping off trucks over fucking missiles and shit like that.
That, that.
Jesus.
You can have over the top action, but you just need to ground that over the top action.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't get it.
So, moving into our news and development. So, Dungeons and Dragons actually premiered at the South by Southwest Festival. And the reviews that have been coming out, while there might not be enough to actually have like a proper score, they seem to be really positive. Everyone seems to be enjoying this either from like a gamer's perspective or just from watching the film itself. They seem to be enjoying this. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually not minding the look of this movie. Like it's still some bits look a bit dry, but I'll still watch this. Maybe not the movies, maybe digital.
Yeah, I'm not that excited for it. And
Hmm.
8 reviews, even if Variety is one of them, but whatever. Like 8 reviews is not reflective of the general audience.
Oh yeah,
No.
100%.
We've
I'll
seen
let them
this happen
cook.
before.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I know. So Bob Iger, he was recently having a chat, and he was approached about Star Wars as well as Marvel IPs, right? So when he was speaking about Marvel and like the future for Marvel, he was like, "We have roughly 7,000 characters. You know, done are the days where we're going to have 3 or 4 possible sequels for the one character. We're actually going to start breaking that down and making it a little bit smaller as well." Which is completely understandable considering the amount of people they are going to go through as well, and all the talent that they do bring from these comics too, which is good. But then speaking on Star Wars, it was a little bit different as well. So they were saying with 7, 8, and 9 being released under their brand, it came out to very big commercial success. While I think very much the opposite for some of these. he was like, "Yep, those were a massive success." And then we pushed through with Rogue One, which was a success, but then Solo wasn't as great. So we decided to pull back a little bit, and we're looking to rework that plan as well. There's still going to be Star Wars movies in the future, but nothing right now.
What I liked about what Iger said was it wasn't an issue of quality from Solo's part. It was the cadence in which they released it.
Yeah.
And I agree with that because they were just trying to like Star Wars overload you. But that newness in Marvel, it's a big risk. But I almost like the direction of the newness because they don't know what to do with their characters after the second movie.
Yeah. 100%. It's very much like the business life cycle. You got to just reinvent once it's hit the stale part.
Hmm.
Can't just heat up that bread all the time.
If they're tracking, if we're going with their track record so far, like we're getting that all female Avengers movie like next.
Yeah.
When you think about it, yeah, they start introducing like some male stars into this shit soon, because yeah.
So on top of
So
that,
we buy the tickets, we do all of that. So
Oh yeah,
that's
nah, it's just the like when you said that, the thing that popped into my mind was apparently some of the delays for the Marvels was due to the clashing of Tiona Paris and what's her face, Brie Larson on set. Because Brie Larson was being all diva-ish that it was called the Marvels, not Captain Marvel 2.
Tia. Who's that?
What's his face? Tiona Paris. She was in WandaVision.
Monica
The
Rambeau.
Oh,
Monica
Rambeau.
Rambeau. Yeah,
I
It
like
throws
her
me
better
off
than Brie Larson anyway.
so do
big
I.
time. It
A
throws me
lot
off that
more.
that's her in Candyman, eh? Like his
Yeah.
partner.
She killed him there.
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
So HBO Max may no longer be called HBO Max. So with the merger with Discovery Plus, they're looking to rebrand completely the title for the HBO Max app. So now the leading contender for this will be called Max, just Max, but it hasn't been solidified yet. We're still
That's
going to work
trash.
out. Yeah, I was not fucking with this from the start. It sounds stupid.
So I didn't get why Zaslav was like, well, the industry insider that like sort of blabbed to fucking Bloomberg was like
Mm.
because the HBO name isn't as well received in the public anymore. It's HBO. Like you're watching a show every week that's getting 8.1 million viewers plus
That's on the day.
per week on the day. You would get even more with the like the streaming views.
Those are old TV numbers that they're running up there. Know what I mean? Nobody does that anymore. Nobody. Netflix is happy with 1 million people watching their content.
Yeah, and they're calculating it in hours.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it just looks even bigger.
exactly.
Mm.
And that's a whole
Like,
fucking season, not one
yeah,
episode. These,
that's right.
HBO is the reason people are coming. It's not because of the streaming service. That
That's
needs
right.
to be front and fucking center. They
Yeah.
need to drop
That's it.
that fucking Max because that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why it was called HBO Max from the start.
sounds like Pepsi.
Bad.
Same color as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah,
A little bit
uh,
brighter, but still that same like color.
yeah. I think HBO has a better standing with audiences, general audiences, even, and also like people who regularly view streaming services than Warner does.
Well,
Bad.
when you look at HBO's track record, you can see why it could like amass a following as well, and it already has. You throw the name HBO out to an older crowd, they're like, "Ah, sick, The Wire, Sopranos." You throw it out to a newer crowd, Game of Thrones,
That's right.
Last of Us.
Fucking hell. It's
They don't
synonymous
get
with
it.
quality.
Exactly.
That's what they don't get. It's that HBO branding. And that's what people want.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
as soon as you know it's a HBO, it's HBO. so and so's doing this. Oh yeah. Oh, but it's on HBO. Oh really? Okay,
That's
cool.
right.
I'll watch that then.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like but Zaslav needs to stop his bullshit. Like he needs to like put a like come out and say we're not getting rid of the HBO branding. Are you fucking nuts? Like that's
Who?
all he needs to say.
Yeah.
Badly. Who was the dickless exec that like pitched it? So we call it. We dropped the HBO, and everyone was like, "What the hell?" And we just call it Max. It was that different that people were like, "This is the shit."
These guys
Like the name Max is meant to symbolize like, the the joining of the companies, but it's still just the stupidest name.
And I bet you they're gonna throw in a tagline like, "We don't just make TV, we take it to the max."
Love how it's the THX line.
for me, all I would have done is just updated the original ad for HBO and just say it's not streaming. It's HBO.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
This is why we need to kick Don Draper out and then just present it, because the ad is simple. You go 4:3
Yep.
with the static into widescreen
Mm-hmm.
onto like a cinema screen, and then and it just starts building with a montage of all the fucking shows that they made, Treme, fucking Sopranos, all that shit. And it builds up and it fucking crescendos with the fucking dragon spewing fire all over the place.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Last of Us. Oh, see, I was just like, I'm feeling the tingles just
Yeah.
thinking of that.
Yeah. What do you call it? And you know what? Just watch that be the fucking trailer. Watch it. That'll be the announcement as well. I reckon 2 months from now they're gonna be like, no, it was a stupid idea. What were we thinking?
Cut the check.
I want $3 million every month.
Every time someone says HBO, then someone's like, but I came up with the name.
Oh, shit. But yeah, not a fan. So back to Star Wars though. So Favreau was talking to, I forgot their goddamn name now. Hollywood Reporter, yeah. And they were like, do you reckon right now we have the environment to re-release the Star Wars original trilogy? To which Favreau like theatrically re-release, and he was like, and what Favreau said, and I love how direct Favreau was with it, he was like, do you think anyone else but us would enjoy the OG trilogy right now? Because we've officially hit a point where Star Wars has a different meaning for the newer generations, which makes a lot of sense considering some of the younger crowd got into Star Wars with the Clone Wars. That was their in. The more
Yep.
like, the child side of Star Wars, not child side, but the animated side.
Yep.
And then he begins to speak about The Mandalorian, how he tried to make the best of both worlds with that show, to give you the old, but also support the new with it too.
Yeah.
So good, man.
See what he's saying with it.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I myself enjoy the initial special editions that came out of the original trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like while I'll always sort of love Star Wars, and I'd even watch the unedited original trilogy. Like for me, I grew up on the special edition trilogy that came out. The first one. Not the one where they added special effects and the no and all that shit. Don't appreciate that. To me, that's dog shit.
But they released both. That's where it's falling down. It's falling down because they released both. That was a special edition tape pack that you could buy with 3 tapes in there, which was gold, or you got the silver, which was the original, but they had actually redone all of them so that they were on tape and everything, right? The DVD was just not out yet.
Yeah.
They released the DVDs then the exact same way, and it was updated to HD. That was because they released them on Laserdisc. I don't know if you guys knew back in the day.
Mm.
We didn't have a Laserdisc player. And then they they did the exact same thing. So when it came to Blu-ray, both times now, people were like, hey, why didn't we get our original? Like, we want
Yeah.
the originals because they haven't been
Yeah.
updated. The problem here is those OG Star Wars films have not been touched and upgraded and rescanned in 4K at all since what's his face? Since the DVD.
Mm.
So that the version that you get on those Blu-rays, no, on the DVD is still the tape version. Sorry.
Mm.
So it's not the tape version. Sorry, it's the Laserdisc version of those originals.
Yeah.
So they need to be sort of restored and whatnot and faulted or something like that because otherwise we lose those versions.
Yeah.
You'll
That's
never
right.
be able to see those versions again.
It's
That's why
true.
physical media is so important.
Yeah. And hopefully with Iger pushing physical media now,
Yeah.
we'll get something. Even
Yeah.
just a record of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Can you imagine they
Mm.
came back and they just redid the 93 releases? Like, ground up, didn't like have all of the new stuff in it? It'd be amazing.
You know, those might
Brand
have
releases.
a better sort of restoration process than the than the special editions that we got because of there's no CGI elements in there.
It's
And
nothing.
everything practical was captured in film as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
It'd look like Jaws. When you think about it, it'd look as
Mm,
good as Jaws, which is for me like the watermark. This is a high watermark right now for restorations.
yeah.
Nothing gets better than Jaws,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially for that time period. We've seen movies come to 4K now within that time period, and it just does not look the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Jaws is a
Eventually,
masterpiece.
yeah. Eventually, I'm just build that company. I'll build that company. I'm gonna buy the machinery to do it, and that's all we're gonna do. Is
Just
it properly
out of print releases.
we'll properly restore them first
Yeah.
because we need to get all of that footage in. Like, give me all the reels that you ever had, and then we go scene by scene.
That'd be unbelievable.
That's what you have to do if you want it to look good. That's what you have to do.
Get Topher Grace out here.
I was just about to say Topher Grace is going to be our main fucking customer. Can you cut me a special edition of Star Wars? From 1 to 9. Needs to be an hour and a half long.
Only 7 to 9 will be an hour long.
That's true.
30 minutes.
And all this other shit happening.
Alrighty. So, just quickly as well. So, filming has officially wrapped on the David Gordon Green Exorcist. So, the first one out of the planned trilogy that they have. So, this will start going in. Hopefully, we get this for the end of the year. Maybe even like a Halloween release. Do we have time for Halloween release?
It is planned, and depending on if they're doing a lot of practical versus special effects, we'll see.
Fucking better be practical.
Yeah.
I hope so too. That's
Yeah.
the hope.
October 13th. Yeah. We got it officially 7 months and a day. Hopefully, hopefully this is good though. Like fucking after the house fire that was Halloween Kills and Ends with David Gordon Green attached. Hopefully now that they got the planned trilogy, it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bit funny that like his fourth movie that he's ever done is like another revival. He wants
It's
to
kind
be
of been
known as that
typecast.
revival guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
I wonder if it's just like he identifies that he's just Kakadu at making his own like scripts or something or having his own ideas.
He's had a really good career in TV.
Right. Okay.
This is the guy that did fucking what's his face, Baker, Kenny Powers, and all that. Eastbound and Down.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's one of the creators on there.
That's
Oh,
such
shit.
an original character as
Yeah.
well. Like it's a wonder he wouldn't try break out and do something original. Anyway,
But yeah, so October 13th, that's going to drop this year. So exciting. So Radio Silence has broke silence about the new Escape from New York movie that's happening. We finally got word. It isn't going to be a reboot. It isn't going to be a sequel, but it is going to be a requel. So they're going to take what they want from Escape from New York, all the things that they loved, and actually move it into this new fucking movie. I don't know how I feel about it, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched Escape from New York in like years.
No. The one thing that they can't bring across is the one thing that makes those movies. Snake.
True.
That's the one thing. Like it's the
So
MacGuffin.
yeah,
The MacGuffin is always trying to get Snake to do what you want, manipulating him so that you can try and get him to what's this is execute your mission. It's the hardest thing
Yep.
to do, which is why they have to resort to viruses and all this other bullshit. What's his face? That's the one thing. And like I don't want Snake's son to come through.
Yeah.
I'm Snake's son. Like, dude was like 80 years old in the last one. Like, what are we doing here? The man
Yeah.
had a baby when he was like 60 years. No, we're not believing that, mate. Like, what are we doing here?
Badly. The requel sounds like they're taking that Scream formula. You know how Radio Silence directed Scream and like again typecasting directors. How do we then take that formula, put a spin on Escape from New York, whatever?
Ugh.
Unless they're sending in someone to go get Snake and he's like a small part of the movie.
Mm.
To me, it's just like leave this property alone.
Yeah.
No one like unless you're surprising the fans and the general audience doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But like unless you're surprising the fans, you're not going to get the support there.
Hmm.
I would respect them more if they just said we're rebooting Escape from New York.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. Just
Yeah.
reboot it. It's got nothing to do with the other series, which in
Yeah.
theory you would want to do. The last one ended with Snake literally blacking out the world.
That's right.
What are you going to do? There's no coming back from that. It'll take 2,000 years to develop our technology again.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Fucking hell. I'm sure we'll get more word about this. I want to see a trailer. That's what I want to see. I want to see how this is going to work out.
I just want the synopsis. Tell me what it's going to be about. Like I don't like requel means nothing unless they tell me like actually it's Snake's son. Then I know to check out. You know what I mean?
They'll probably cut it.
Yeah. It needs to be escape from the world. Like that's what we were expecting. Like
Yeah,
that's right.
we've escaped from New York, we've escaped from LA. It's the two biggest populations on the planet when you think about it. We need to escape from this planet now. Like it's the only way we can sort of move. Like that it's literally they've been setting it up now, right? So with him setting off that EMP, the world's gone dark. It's the only way we can get out. We have to we found a new planet. But we need to escape from this planet. We need you to take these group of scientists from here to the launch pad so that we can get out of here. And the rest of the universe it's interstellar. The rest of the universe is gonna die. But these scientists have got like things on board that can jumpstart a new population somewhere.
True.
Like that's it.
When
BC.
When you think about it, Escape from LA finishes, right? And then it's almost like you could make Soldier into the fucking that's the sequel. Snake shaved his head, doesn't know what the fuck happened. He's just a killing machine now.
Or what's this face? Guardians of the Galaxy. He somehow came with the Mo's and just jumped planet to planet, fucking all these alien bitches.
Snake don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Or does he?
Find out in the requel you always wanted.
In the requel you never wanted, but you'll probably watch anyway.
Well, that's the thing. No one's going to watch that. It's such a niche market for both those films never made that much money. It's the character that's like a cult favorite.
Yeah.
Like they know this movie's not going to make money. I was excited when they said what's his face was going to do it. Gerard Butler. All right, cool. That's cool.
Mm,
I can
Yeah,
do that. I can jump on board with that.
yeah.
same.
You know, should have done this movie was Tony Scott. Damn it.
True.
Jesus,
That's who should have done this movie.
that would have been wild.
It
Yeah.
would have been completely different.
Yeah, it would have been.
It would have been fucking unbelievable.
These guys are scared.
Sometimes still waiting on Tony Scott's The Warriors. Even just the concept. But anyways, it's besides the point.
Maybe Ridley needs to just be like, I'll do that movie next.
If he makes that his last movie, I cry just in the announcement when he's like, I got you, bro. Those would just those would be like Brendan Fraser accepting every award for The Whale.
Yeah.
It's my joke, it's my running joke. I just want to say.
That's
Props
so
to that.
tough, man.
Props to
Yeah.
that.
Brendan Fraser's in a little shape now. He's getting in shape.
Oh,
You
really?
better be.
I think that mummy's coming quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I just want to see the man working. That's all. Knocked it out the park with The Whale. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm.
He did. He killed the whale.
What do you call it? That man was in.
Ahab.
That man was in impeccable shape in The Mummy 3. He had abs and a chest and everything, dog.
Same with Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah,
Beto
that's
just
true.
takes his shirt off to dry his shit out. It's like-
George of the Jungle, Mandem was using the loincloth all day. Pause.
and
True.
oiled up.
Yeah.
Well.
With a hint of Lano.
Well fit.
Proper fit. But no. So, as well as that, once again, we are touching on Top Gun because we need to have at least one piece of Top Gun news every 3 months. You know what I mean?
At
So,
least.
100%. So, Top Gun, so obviously, when it went to the Oscars and all that, it won Best Action Film and all this other stuff. And Kaczynski was actually speaking on this as well. And he was like, I never ever thought that Top Gun would be an action movie. Top Gun Maverick, to be exact. When he was speaking about the film itself, he was like, even the first one's a drama that's based around jets. And with the second one, it's something of a story about a rite of passage at a later age for Tom Cruise. He's like, these were never meant to be like, solely action films. There is action in the movie, but every single action piece that we've had actually had a story centered around it. And it was always leading to like drama or emotion. It could be Cruise and Rooster. It could have been him with Penny. It was him with Val Kilmer when they had the conversation.
Mm.
It was all these scenes surrounded. And when you think about it, through that whole movie, he's right. Like, it's all about having those emotionally candid conversations throughout the movie as well.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what he's saying. To me, it also sounds like Oscar, like, dick wedding at the same time. Only because he's trying to justify why his movie is there at the Oscars.
Mhm.
And, like, yes, I understand, like, there's a lot of emotion in Top Gun Maverick, and I love the movie. It was one of the best of last year. But for me, it's still an action movie. It's just, like, it's layered with so much emotion and well thought out characters, beautiful, like, not beautiful dialogue, but like, the dialogue is solid.
Yeah.
And it's all believable within the context of the movie.
Mhm.
And it's well thought out. And that's what the original screenwriters of Top Gun went into the original movie with.
Yeah. This is that movie where you can actually put the "you got hot" line like over it. Because I feel like there was like a lot of emotion in this movie, but given the material.
That
Yeah.
man just lost himself a best picture. It'd be Tom Cruise's first Oscar in a while, actually.
Yeah. But like,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be a drama to win an Oscar. That's his
doesn't.
thing. That's this idea. I don't know if it's like he thinks it will not qualify for an Oscar win if it's not called a drama.
That's what
Know
I
what I
don't
mean?
get.
It's like it is an action movie, and
It
that's
would-
not a bad thing.
The Lord of the Rings won an Oscar
Yeah.
for the best picture. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Like, what are we doing?
There was wizards in that movie. Goddamn.
Yes, it was fantasy and it was epic and whatnot, but still.
Yeah. We live in an age where people that play the Joker win Oscars.
Yeah. Like, we know. Like, Top Gun, honestly, Top Gun Maverick probably is the best film of the year. If I'm thinking about it.
It is.
It's
It
the film,
legitimately is.
yeah, it's the film that literally made that brought back film from the pandemic. If they're gonna stand up and say that there was something else better that came out that year, I'm sorry, Everything Everywhere All at Once, you're not the best picture of the year.
That best picture should encompass box office grosses. It should be the ensemble, the production, everything that brought it to the screen. We're talking about Tom Cruise who fought through fire and COVID to bring that picture to the screen. You know what I mean? And he's got proof. It's
Yeah.
like,
Had a wrapped picture, like a wrapped picture. We're talking about audio and special effects and everything done for
Mhm.
2 whole years in the tuck. Like,
Yeah.
he's had it. Okay, now we can't release it this year. Well, then we're not releasing it this year.
That's right.
Like, this is the man.
Yeah.
He avoided dropping it on streamers
Yeah.
because he knew it was a theatrical experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I agree with you there, 100%.
Top Gun,
Everywhere,
for me, does
everywhere.
not hit like it does in the movies.
Mm,
Hell no. No, no, no.
yeah.
Not at all.
Until I get a cinema in my house, Top Gun is not hitting.
Jeez.
Man, I hope to God that foundation is settled before you set that up.
I won't be sad.
I am. I'm not mad if Top Gun wins Best Picture. I'll put
Me
that
neither.
out there right now.
Neither.
It needs to. It
Mm.
is the best picture of the year. That's like the what's his face? That Cinderella bloody what's his face story be?
Yeah.
That Cinderella movie story about that little tiny movie that, well, not tiny movie, but that little movie, that the movie that could.
It was kind of the biggest movie
Yeah,
in the lineup. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to get the success that it got.
No.
Mm.
Like, it was built to, but it shouldn't have been as critically acclaimed as it was. I think, yeah, hopefully people don't forget about that when they're voting and shit.
And they probably have. They'll go for that artsy bullshit.
True.
Triangle of Sadness.
Let's get sad. How can we make everybody feel sad? Who's died, motherfucker?
Imagine hitting someone that you don't understand sadness line. Despair, pain, turmoil.
Was part of that.
So for our final piece of news, quickly and very exciting as well, Shrinking has been renewed for a second season.
Thank God.
Fucking A. I thought this was an 8-episode run. It's 10 for this first season. I thought it was only 8. I thought they were still going with the classic 8, the hateful 8.
So they're gonna
This
have
is exciting.
they're gonna have Lasso and this out at the same time.
Yeah,
Apple's wilding.
yeah. They want it, but they want them to fight for the 1 and 2 spots.
Yeah.
It's on different days though. So
It
they-
is, but you know, for the weekly, you know, they're like hottest shows this week.
Yeah.
But Lasso and Shrinking, like Lasso's still number 2 at the moment, so people are catching up and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we got a massive void to fill after tomorrow anyway.
That's true.
There's something else starting.
On HBO,
No, not on HBO.
we're gonna have a lot because we're gonna have Lasso, the last couple of episodes of Shrinking, Yellow Jackets,
Yep.
all leading up to Citadel.
Yay.
Bel Air. I got what's his face. New season of Power starts next. What is the date next week?
19th.
Nice.
next
He's
week.
gonna have some watch.
New season. I've got what's his face. I'm watching as well. Wu Tang. Like I got like we got some
Yeah,
watch.
you got plenty.
Like there is some watch out there. I could, take a little break. Got little movies in there as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Next 3 weeks are gonna be
ramping.
kind of hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ramping. No,
Hella
Siri,
movies.
I don't need you.
Leave me alone. But no, so that's it for all of our news and developments.
Nice. All right, let's get into our thoughts. We got episode 7 of Shrinking. Or was it episode 8?
This is episode 8.
8. Yeah.
This is episode 8. Yeah. A very, very good episode.
Mm.
Very funny. Very, very cool. This one was very Paul centric, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
It was Jimmy. It was Jimmy. So it was the fallout of the daughter finding out.
Finding out that him and what's her face was getting it on.
Yeah, him and Gabby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also the fallout of Paul sort of telling his daughter he's not living out there. And
yeah. Kind of being emotionally blocked.
Yeah.
And not being able to kind of reach out and explain his side of things because she's kind of put a wall up now. Yeah. Oh, solid episode.
Yeah.
This
one dealt with what's his face? Yeah, setting boundaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was the boundaries was the big theme in this episode.
Yeah. For me, like the show teaches you something new every week. So this week for me, they talked about don't be afraid to set a boundary, even if you fucked up for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
So even if you're in like a position where you're like you're on watch, like you can still set boundaries.
Even if you're compromised, you can still set boundaries.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I dug it, man. I really, really dug it. Performances were on point. I can't remember what happened with Sean. They went to the art gallery and
art gallery, yeah.
It was the Gabby's ex-husband's thing. And Gabby that was weird. Because Gabby's like, I'm here to support him because I know that he relapses because he's so nervous during an exhibition. So she's here for the ex-husband. But it looks like the ex-husband's like, he's flourishing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Gabby's kind of like, why do I not feel good for him now? Like now he's choosing to be the best version of himself once the relationship's ended. Which was wild. I was like, it's a good point because like, but at the same time on his side, a breakup, especially when you're broken up with, is like the perfect pre-workout drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that glow up, I feel, is kind of justified. You know what I mean?
It's funny in that sense, though, right? Because she expected him to be like what, just coked out and everything, and she was the best thing, like just like what did she expect? Like
that's right.
Why would she expect that and want that from her ex partner? Otherwise, other than like to see him flourishing and all that sort of stuff, right? Like
that's right.
Yeah,
because it means that the breakup was the best thing to happen to him, and she was the problem. So then she's like, this big mirror kind of opens up for her. Because that's the reason why it wasn't, because she was like weighing him down.
Yeah.
But what was crazy is that at the end of the episode, he's talking about this art piece that he did called The Muse. And the Muse, he says, is dedicated to his now partner. And Gabby's like, well, no, it's not. Let's not get it like all fucked up. That painting is of me. And then pulls out proof of like a mole that she has on her shoulder. And it was crazy on the ex-husband Nico's part that he would go like, I'm dedicating this to you, but obviously it's for Gabby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So him processing his hurt and trying to move on is about like sort of continually using the past as his
His
inspiration,
Yeah.
but then
The
lauding
picture-
that on the new partner.
Yeah. So the picture was called Muse on Couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gabby said it's about her. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, and then when he says, nah, it's about my new partner. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously Gabby.
Mm.
So there's a lot of truths that had to kind of be faced in that moment. And Gabby personifies that whole lesson of even if you're in a lesser position, because no doubt she'd be feeling the guilt of breaking up with him and divorcing him,
Mm.
but then still setting the boundary of
Yeah. She's great, man. Like I kind of don't want this to end in 2 weeks.
yeah.
Hoping they're just like, you know what? We've already shot that second season, and it comes out after Lasso. So
That Brett Goldstein would be busy. Like he'd be booked and busy just from an Apple perspective.
booked and busy, booked and busy. My
Yeah.
man, Roy Kent. He's here.
But
He's there. He's every fucking way.
but yeah, I'm excited for it, man. The Ted Lasso double up next week. Or this week, sorry.
This week, yeah, Wednesday,
Yeah.
and then Friday.
Yeah.
Australia times.
Yeah. That
That's weird
is
that it's a Tuesday. It'd be a Tuesday in the US, yeah?
yeah.
Tuesday and Thursday. I think we got the better days, to tell you the truth.
I think so too. That breaks up the week nicely.
Nicely.
Because Last of Us Monday, this on the Wednesday, Ted Lasso on the Wednesday,
Lasso
and then
Wednesday.
Shrinking on the.
Yeah. But I always thought that Lasso was a Friday show. That's when I used to watch it.
I thought initially it was a Friday show.
Yeah. Maybe they're changing it up. Maybe they
Yeah.
got some more shit coming, actually,
I think so too.
at Apple.
Apple been busy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, that's a wrap on all the news and reviews that we have for you at this time. We'll be back on Wednesday where we're talking Last of Us. We're talking Thursday. We're talking Last of Us. We're talking Mando. We're talking Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Talking Ted Lasso. It is going to be a very packed Thursday show, so make sure that you're strapped in,
A lot of talk.
strapped on.
Jesus.
And you're subscribed, you know what I mean? So check in with our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, round the clock, and YouTube. Smash that like button, all that good stuff. Support our show. It means a lot to us, and it helps us get more opportunities to kind of get into spaces that, we're not really supposed to be in sometimes.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
we appreciate all the same. We appreciate it all the same, goddamn. But yeah, love yourself, love movies.
Vape more.